All right, I'm hoping we are live. Welcome to Great Adventure live from Quartzsite, Arizona, in front of a live studio audience. First time using this software. I apologize. Oh, good gosh, I am so stressed out. Second live we have ever done. And the first time ever using this software.
I'm hoping we are live.
I do see the chat. Welcome to Great Adventure live from Quartzsite, Arizona. Pause this in front of I'm hearing it and I don't want to hear it. Learning the hard way here. Well, looks like I'm going to hear myself in echo. So, oh well, it is what it is. We have so many people out here. For the Q23 Rally, I'm guessing throughout the course of the week, if we count the people who have arrived and count the people who have left, we've had, what do you guys think? 110, 120? Probably somewhere in that area. And I'm going to bring a lot of these people up and introduce them to you while we're doing this event. So that way you can tune in to what these guys are producing and creating. I hope you are not hearing this feedback. If you are, let me know. Take a look here through the chat. Looks like you guys are all chatting with one another, so that's terrific. A lot of people have asked about the weather here this week. It's been running in the low 60s during the day, down around freezing, the low 30s at night. But we've been warming up by what, guys? 3, 4, 5 fires every night, right? We've been staying warm except for this live event. I had to pull everybody away from the campfire to come over here and get cold. So I think some people would be more than happy to go back to the campfire right now. Gonna stop walking out of the camera view as well. Anyway, we have a lot of RV content creators to introduce you tonight. And I'd like to invite you guys all up. Come on up. And gather around, and we're going to get these guys introduced to you. Yeah, I want everybody. Everybody who plans on talking about what you do and who you do it for and how you do it and where you do it. So come on up. Gather in, get cozy. COVID's over. Come on. Get in here. Now you know why I couldn't see anything you guys are doing out there. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work around the group and introduce you. Why don't we just go left to right and introduce you to folks. We don't have the links in the video description yet. However, over the next day or so, if you want to meet these folks online and follow what they do and learn a little more about them, we'll give you the opportunity by putting the links down. Otherwise, just grab a pen and paper for now, and the old-fashioned way, and you can find out what you're doing. Tom, I'm going to start with you. And this is, Tom might be a little bit different in that Tom's big thing is one of those old-fashioned things made out of paper with a binder on it.
Called a book.
It's called a book.
Finnerty's RV Folly.
Tell us about that, Tom.
Well, it's about my first year on the road, which is a year and 3 months ago. This book was self-published back at the end of September. And I started out knowing nothing except for what I learned on YouTube, a lot of it.
Haven't we all? Haven't we all?
I have to thank you for my solar setup because I followed your video.
Oh, thank you. All right.
You had your first 3 panels.
Did you use the bubble gum and duct tape that I did?
No.
Yeah.
No, you used real screws and everything. So
wow.
Worked out good. The roof isn't leaking. I know you were a little apprehensive about that.
I hate drilling in my roof. It makes me so nervous.
Yeah, maybe nervous too.
Actually, one thing we did this week, I don't mean to cut you off, and I apologize, but one thing we did this week is we replaced one of our past events with a max air fan. That episode's coming up. I'll show you how we did it. But anyway, okay. Tom, my bad.
No
don't mean to steal your limelight.
Yeah. So it's really about my journey of getting ready for the journey, how I picked my rig, fixed it up as the first chapter, and then hit the road, and I did this all I retired when I was 66. Now I'm 67, and I only had a little over $2,000 a month to work with, and after a year, it's worked. I've been able to do everything I've needed to do, and I can afford this lifestyle. Figured out how to do it within budget, or cheaply, I like to call it, from really with the help of all the YouTubers. I don't know how many YouTube videos I watched to find out about this. Every time I've looked at a campground I wanted to go to, just jump on YouTube and put that name of the campground in, and there's a couple
Son
of
of a
YouTubers
gun,
out there.
there's something there,
Somebody
right?
who's been there, and they can find out all about it.
Yep.
So,
what was your in that first year? What was your biggest folly?
my biggest folly? Well, it turned out it wasn't a folly. I've loved it. I didn't make too much of a fool out of myself, as everybody at home was waiting for me to do. They're still waiting for me to come back home. This is, I feel like a 67-year-old runaway.
Yeah.
The last time I ran away from home was when I was 15, and I only made 3 days then. So this is much more successful than my last attempt.
So where can folks find your book?
You can find it on Amazon.
Okay.
So it's
Finnerty's
for sale on Amazon.
RV Folly.
Yeah,
We'll hold that right up there.
Back, and there's lots of pictures in there, and so you can get an idea of where I went, how much it cost me when I went there, places to eat, things to see, all that kind of stuff.
That's excellent.
From when I did this.
Well, that sounds like a great way for a prospective full-timer to get a feel for what's going on out there.
Yeah, you can follow in my footsteps.
Excellent.
Didn't make too much of a fool out of myself. So
Well, I try not to do that on a daily basis. So, Tom, thank you very much.
Thank you
we've
very much.
loved having you with us this week.
Okay, great.
Let's move on. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
We're
and tell us
Shane
who
and
you are.
Denise.
And Shane and Denise, tell us about you.
So we have a Facebook and an Instagram page, Coast to Coast RV Travels.
Mm-hmm.
And we've went full-time about 2 years ago and haven't looked back since.
Fantastic. So you have zero regrets about going full-time.
Zero regrets.
Only that we didn't do it sooner.
I think a lot of us kind of feel that way. Do we not? Yeah, right. So tell us about your Facebook and Instagram pages.
So it just tells everyone about our travels throughout the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of botanical gardens and a lot of free things.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to live as cheaply as possible on the road since we do live full-time.
Understood.
And so you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram and
See where we've been and where we're going to go.
yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it's Coast to Coast RV. Now, is that T-O or the number 2?
T.O.
T-O.
Coast
So
to Coast RV Travels.
To Coast RV Travels. Hope you folks will look these guys up on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let me turn around here. And
Peggy.
you're on, Peggy.
Thank you. I am Peggy from Two Restless Retirees. The other one is down there. Is Derek, my husband.
You overstand by the fire?
And he's over there by the fire. No. We are not full timers. We are most timers. So we travel we're based out of southern Utah, and we travel coast to coast. Essentially, we go from southern Utah to the East Coast and then back and around and and we put a lot of our adventures onto YouTube, where our channel is Two Restless Retirees.
Two Restless Retirees.
Last year, we do branch out though from just RV travel. We traveled to Egypt and Israel last March, and we spent a month in Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and the Netherlands in May. So we like to travel to other places as well, but our favorite way to travel is with our Tiffin motorhome. We travel with our 18-year-old cat, Phoebe. And
18?
18, yeah.
Holy cow.
She's a kind of a flat, fluffy child. She's a fluffy cat. But she gets more views on her videos than I do. So,
just like Zoe, she's the real star.
The real
is what
star
you're
is
saying.
Phoebe the cat.
Yeah,
Exactly,
understood.
exactly. But we have a lot of firsts coming up this year. This is our first time in Quartzsite. We've.
What do you think? Let's
I
pause
think
for a
it's
second. What do you
been-
think?
It's been a very intriguing experience.
In what way? What's been most intriguing for you?
I was not expecting there to be, the flea markets were astounding. I didn't know that you could have entire hardware stores on the road.
In a tent. In a tent, right? Yeah.
In a tent. Yeah, there's that. And then just the history of Quartzsite is just quite interesting. I love the Southwest for that reason.
Yep.
There's just a lot
What
of
was
really cool
the
history.
what was the guy's name who raised the camels?
His name was High Jolly.
Hi Jolly.
Hi
Thank
Jolly,
you. I was
yeah.
drawing a blank right
Yeah,
now.
we're going to do a whole video about High Jolly. I think that's a very cool story. And we did go out to his tomb today, too, where he's buried,
Yep.
which is a really nice, very nice cemetery.
Is it really?
It's very nice.
I've not seen
It's really a nice cemetery out there.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the first, we went earlier this month, we went to the Tournament of Roses Parade. That was our first time there. And did a whole
Nice.
video on that. And then our first time at Quartzsite, and then we're going to be in Albuquerque for the Hot Air Balloon Fiesta
Wow.
in October.
You've
we,
got some
we
great
got
plans.
a slot, so we're
And
very
on top of
excited.
that, you're a fellow beehive stater.
Heck yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And one more time, the
Two
name of your
rest-
channel?
Two Restless Retirees.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Very much for
Thank you.
joining us. We've loved having you.
Thank you.
And moving on. Why don't you, yep, we're still in camera. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm Susan from My Liberty Van, and I had the van built out in 2000, hit the road right when COVID was starting, and have been in the van almost 3 years now. I've done 45 national parks. I've worked in 3. Yosemite,
What do we got here? Yellowstone National Park on the place, yeah.
Glacier, and the Grand Canyon, and I will be working in Crater Lake. So I do show a lot of the different national parks. I also show where I park for free. A lot of times you can park in national forests around the national parks, which is nice. I follow Mark, of course, for great camping places.
Thank you, ma'am.
And have just really enjoyed being on the road.
Well, we loved having you with us, Susan, this week. You and I have had some great fireside chats, no doubt about it. And I think your big thing is focusing on your devotion to the national parks. And I
Very
think
much.
that really shows in your content, which is My Liberty Van and
On Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
So hope you'll check out Susan's. Now, Susan, you're a solo female traveler, right?
Yes.
I get a lot of questions from women who are concerned, shall we say, about the prospect of going full-time, and you're traveling in a van, I'm picturing, the stereotypical van down by the river kind of thing. So tell us how that's worked out for you as a solo female traveler.
Okay, so when I started, the demographics were the largest group of full-time people on the road were retired women. So I don't know if that's still true, but I do see a lot of women.
I did not know that.
And I've gone around the United States and through the United States. I think I just haven't hit like 5 states now. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I've hit most of the national parks within the continental United States. I still have about 6 or 7 more to hit. But I've been totally safe. You have to be smart and listen to your gut. But I park along the highway at truck stops, and I've done the occasional Walmart, but I've parked in a lot of national forests, and I do the same thing that this man over here does. So I look up where I want to park, and then I search different apps, but I also look at YouTube content for where to park.
Understood. And you just go with your gut intuition and your street sense, and
And if you don't feel safe, you leave.
yep, exactly.
Pretty easy.
On a van too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pack up and leave in 30 seconds.
Yes.
So unlike us. So
So thank you very much.
thank you, Susan.
All right.
We're gonna have everybody kind of slide a couple feet this way,
Yeah.
so that way we keep you on camera. And I have been having so much fun with these two. So,
Fun.
introduce yourselves and tell us what you do.
Well, I'm Ruben,
And I'm Lori.
and we are
Life After Kids, Journey Unknown.
We're a couple of empty nesters
AKA Freebirds.
who got
They
told
were fun, didn't they?
who got told by their kids to get a life, so
We
sold
did.
everything and bought an RV.
So, now let's just make this clear, okay? This is trip number...
One.
This is our first trip.
These guys are brand spanking new. Now you guys came out of LA.
Yes.
And what drew you to the RV life? What made you say, hey, I want to do this?
LA.
Okay, ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer.
But in reality, it's something that I've always wanted to do since I was young, and he's a homebody, so I wanted to travel. He wanted to stay at home.
It's the best of both worlds.
I understand. I think most people in this group can understand that, can't we?
Yeah.
Yep, no doubt
But
about
we were
it.
young parents, so we were early 20s parents, straight from kid to parent. So we didn't have that time to actually,
Be adults.
yeah.
I understand.
So now we're going to
So
try to be adults.
This is like the gap year after college. 30 years
Yeah.
later. I got it.
Yeah, 32 years later.
So
yes.
tell us about your social media that you're working right now.
We have YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
Same name on everything.
And
You can
one
find
more
us.
time, the name is...
Life After Kids, Journey Unknown.
All right. Well, Ruben and Laurie, we've been having a blast with you guys.
Oh, dude.
Also known as Zoe's godmother.
Yes. Laurie's been taking Zoe for walks out in the desert, posting Instagram selfies with Zoe. I've been loving it. I've been absolutely loving it. Yes, indeed. Well, we love you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.
Next up, Patty and Carl.
Yep.
We got to know Patty and Carl last year when they came out for the Q23 Rally.
Right.
And now here we are in Q23. So tell Grand Adventurers about what Patty and Carl do.
Our channel was Our View of America, the letter R, and then View of America.
Understood.
We're on YouTube, we're on Instagram and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
About 3 years ago, it'll be 3 years in April, we had a similar experience that the kids are all gone. Our two out of the three are married, and they were ready to move out of the house. And we're thinking, we could keep working, but there was no reason to. So they bought, our one son bought a house, and I said, hey, we got a whole bunch of furniture here. So they took everything they could, and we sold the house. We had actually bought the van. We live in a 95 Horizon 190, 19-foot Class B.
That's a tight spot for two people. How's that working out?
Well, if we get into...
How's marital harmony these days?
Comes and goes.
You better ask her that. Yeah.
We're doing really well. We just try to figure out how to get around each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, because you're tripping over each other.
Yes.
Yeah. I
That's the
understand
biggest
completely.
problem.
Now, do you have any animals in there with you too to make it even worse? Or okay.
No animals.
Okay.
So,
And so one more time, the name of your is Our
View of America.
And what do you guys look for when you pick out a place to visit? What inspires you to go someplace?
Well, we love national parks too.
Yeah.
And
a
a lot
running
of
theme.
the harvest hosts.
Yeah.
We really
Yep.
enjoy harvest
And
hosts.
we spent a couple years prior to going on the road looking at old YouTube videos, and there's
Including
a lot,
yours.
including yours,
Of course.
all of yours, and then a few of the other
Thank
ones
you.
mixed in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a million places that we want to see once you watch those videos. But we did-
Yes.
so
And the
every-
list just gets bigger,
It
doesn't
gets
it?
bigger and
Yes,
bigger. And
yes.
we go to work, we come home, we turn on YouTube, and we figure out our bill of what are we going to buy, what are we going to. And so we spent a couple years doing that.
Yeah.
We like to do shorter videos. Our videos are normally 5 minutes, and we'll just go in and give a description of what we saw, so you can see our view of what we see when
Well,
we're out
that's
there.
terrific.
And that's
Yeah.
the name. So.
Yeah,
That's terrific.
so we're
Well,
having fun.
Carl and Patty, thank you very much for joining us this week. We're thrilled to have you back. Love seeing return friends.
Yeah.
And we hope you folks will check out their YouTube and Instagram. Did I get that right? YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Excuse me, my bad.
All right.
Thank you very much. All right, another couple troublemakers here.
Just a little cold. It's fine.
I think you were crying when I was pulling you away from the fire.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. Florida blood.
Shauna, tell us about you guys.
So, Shauna and Matt Walls. We have been traveling in a camper for 4 years. I actually got a memory today that our first trip in our first camper, a little tiny coachman, was today 4 years ago.
Wow.
We weren't full time yet. We were just.
When did you go full time?
8 months ago, June of 2022.
Any regrets?
Not at all. Not at all. No, it's amazing.
What drew you guys? Well, first of all, before I get any further, tell us about your social media outlets.
So we did start a YouTube. We've only got like 4 videos, and it's very old. But on that and Instagram and TikTok, we are Go Outside and Travel.
Go Outside and Travel.
Goat
YouTube.
for short.
Oh. Okay, that's actually good. I like that.
That was a fun little.
And that's on YouTube, TikTok, and Insta.
Yeah, mostly TikTok and Insta right now. But
sure, understood. Now, what made you guys decide? All right, I'm sick of taking the coachman out for the weekends. We're just gonna pull the trigger. What did it?
So we traveled off and on for a few years, and we kept getting longer and longer trips. And we just loved to travel always. But whenever we were out in the camper, whenever we were camping and we were traveling and meeting new people, we'd get home, and we lived in a little resort town. I don't know if you know Destin.
Destin, Florida.
4 minutes from the beach. It got busier than it's ever been. It wasn't fun anymore. And every time we'd sit at home, we'd be sitting on our couch, and we could both work from home. And we're like, why are we even here? Yeah. We could be out traveling. We could be doing
watching YouTube videos.
Right.
We should be out there doing that.
Doing what they're doing.
I understand, Matt. I sure do.
So we finally
do. I think the same bug hit most of us who were lined up back here. We still got a big line to go. But no, we have had a great time getting to know the two of you this week. And
I forgot to mention Nova and Jaeger. I don't know how I could do that.
But
travel our 2 75-pound dogs
26-foot
in a 26-foot trailer now. So
more power to you.
A little bit smaller than this one, just a little.
These guys haven't dared introduce us to Nova and Jaeger yet.
Yeah.
So.
Jaeger's a grumpy old man, and Nova's a wild COVID puppy. So they're good, but
I understand.
Not as good as Zoe.
Yeah, but they're family. They're family members.
Right.
Right. They are your family, and I definitely know how.
They're travel dogs. They love it.
Well, we've really enjoyed getting to know you guys this week, and one more time, the name is
Go Outside and Travel.
Terrific. And again, we're going to put links in the next day or so in the video description if you want to come back and check out any of these.
Again, thank you for doing this.
No.
Thank you for getting everyone together.
It's been amazing.
You're one of the first people we started watching, and just bringing us together with all these amazing humans.
Friends
for life.
We've had so much fun, and the friendships that developed here, like you just said, they will last.
Yeah, awesome. So. Thanks, Mark.
Terrific. And now, 2 of my favorite people. These guys are the driving force behind the Q23 Rally. This is Greg and Penny, and these guys were our boots on the ground as we got set up along with Paul and Janice and some other folks. But Greg and Penny, you guys did the heavy lifting, and I really want to thank you sincerely.
You're welcome.
It's been our pleasure, Mark. This has been a blast.
By the way, if you've known Greg before, you liking that new beard he's sporting there?
I got a son that's getting married in a few weeks, and I'm going back to Nashville, so
you gotta look the part.
Take the Western look with me.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
and you look good in it.
Thank you.
So tell us about Rambling Voyage.
So Rambling Voyage is our channel. That's our channel name. That's .com. We've got Facebook. We've got Insta. We've also got some problems with our laptop, which is unfortunate because this summer's been really good to us.
Yeah.
We did somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 miles, and we have all kinds of content.
Now here I just thought you stayed in Quartzsite for the last 12 months.
Oh no.
However, we did stay in Quartzsite until it was 117 or 120 degrees.
You are a better person than I am.
They're just crazier.
You walk outside and you're like,
yeah.
It's an oven.
I'm just teasing them because these guys just bought themselves a home base in Quartzsite that for the winter time. But you're not supposed to still be here when it's 117 degrees.
We
You're
won't.
supposed to get the heck out of Dodge at that point.
We will.
Yeah,
We will.
I understand.
May this year.
And to anybody that's not been to Quartzsite, let me encourage you. There will be a Q24 coming. That's right. Absolutely. There will be a Q24 coming. Just keep an eye on Mark. Look up any of these channels. We're all going to be talking about it.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't been to one of these, this is the time of your life. Come join us. We'd love to have you.
We have so much fun.
And not only
Really?
is fun, but we learn from each other.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We gain from each other.
Yeah.
Gosh forbid somebody has something wrong in the rig and
Yeah.
you've got 18 people around helping to take care of it.
Well,
Yeah, it's
And
really
it's just the
encouraging.
community.
You have all different rigs here.
Yeah.
You have the van lifers. You have fifth wheels like you're in. You have we're in a
Cargo trailers.
Yes, we're in a 40-foot Class A. You have folks in cargo trailers.
Bands.
Unbelievable. So it's just you name it.
The sense of community here is spectacular.
Yes.
And if you do need to fix something, guaranteed you can get the part in town.
Indeed.
And absolutely.
It's a lot of fun meeting people too, and traveling across the country later in the year and meeting them in their hometowns or running into them at other parks. It's a lot of fun to do that.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you very much. Greg and Penny from Rambling Voyage on just about every outlet you can
We didn't get to
of.
do our jingle.
Do it.
Hi, I'm Penny.
And I'm Greg.
And we are Rambling Voyage. Please subscribe. We'd love to have you.
Reach out on the .com. We've got that as well.
Yep, absolutely. Mike, come on over. We got Mike and Patty here. Tell us about the Lost RVers.
Well, we've been doing this for about 3 years.
We've done 32,000 miles.
We have.
We started, we have, according to the truck, we started the YouTube channel like everybody else. It has a story and they want to tell it.
And the name of the YouTube channel is
The Lost
RVers.
And you guys are on YouTube and any other outlets besides those?
Instagram.
Yeah.
I may be on TikTok.
Yeah.
Still working that one out.
Okay. All right, we're going to keep it short and simple.
But yeah, we're having a good time. And this is my third.
We got to meet these guys
Right here.
the very first time we
That's
came down to
right.
Quartzsite.
It feels like you have like little badges you get for
Yeah.
each one.
Little stars. Little stars.
Well, we should do it with the sticker.
I
so
agree.
next year, Q24, approximately the same area.
Yep.
And-
Approximately the same area.
Yeah,
we may be moving slightly.
And if
but
it gets any bigger than this,
that's the problem. We're running out of space.
we're going to have to get a bigger area. So,
Yep.
good job, folks. And
Right.
Penny and Greg, they did awesome. They really
All right.
did.
Yeah, and everybody has been terrific.
Oh, it's been-
And I've had so much fun spending time with you guys again.
All right.
And, hey,
Third year.
just in case, because you look at there, Traveling Robert, if you happen to be watching, this one's for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
Right.
Robert with us until this morning.
Yeah,
Robert ended up
he hurt his foot. You'll be
tweaking
seeing
his
that on the
ankle,
video
so
soon.
they ended up bugging out this morning. We would have loved to have had them with us. So forgive me for looking down. I'm just making sure everything's kind of still working. So,
Hey,
all
Thanks
right.
a lot, Mark.
You got it. Thank you. Love you too, guys. And two of my new friends. Bring you guys up.
Hi.
Introduce yourselves.
Well, I'm Christine,
And I'm Gary.
and we are the Traveling Enablers.
And you have enabled travel this week with a brand new rig, I think I've heard.
Well, you think you've heard, and we still have to pick it up and
Yeah.
pay for it. So
Yes.
That's always the worst part. That's always
But
the
we
worst
did
part.
find a new rig. We're going from a 21-foot travel trailer to a 40-foot Class A.
You guys think that's an upgrade? That's a big upgrade.
Well, the joke was up until we got here, we weren't sure what to call us because we really have been on the road since last May, and we've been back to our sticks and bricks for 5 days.
but not in a row.
But not in a row. So everyone's like,
And just
your
for
time.
just for conversation, where was the Sticks and Bricks?
Texas.
Texas.
Austin.
Okay. Austin, Texas.
Yes. And so we've gone to how many states, Gary?
33 states
5 countries.
and about 30,000 miles. this
That
year.
is insane.
And some of the states have been repeated.
That
And
is
we've repeated
insane
a lot
for
of
1
these
year.
states.
That is insane.
20-year-old cat named Gracie the Floof.
Gracie the Floof.
Yes.
Now, where does the floof part come
Well, she's
from?
fluffy.
Okay. Well,
She's like a big fluffy.
okay.
fur
Again,
ball.
I asked a stupid question.
No. It's fine. He calls her Miss Kitty. I call her Floof. So yeah, she travels with us.
Let's hit the name of the channel again.
Sure. It's Traveling Enablers.
And you were on YouTube, Insta,
Facebook, and I even have some on TikTok.
Okay.
And we call it that because I've had about 20 surgeries, and we wanted to get out there and travel and show people that you could still travel and do this lifestyle, even if you're not climbing that 4,000 foot peak. Or, I mean, unfortunately, I can't ski, but I love watching your ski videos, you know. But I might be able to tube, so I may not be able to do that. But there's always something that you can
and
do.
there's always the hot toddy in the lodge afterward.
Yeah. And the hot tub.
And the hot tub afterward.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
A very good point.
Yep. So Traveling Enablers.
One more question.
Sure.
What prompted you to hit the road?
Oh, well, you like traveling.
We bought an RV. We thought we would be, weekenders, and we would go to Ren fairs and that kind of stuff.
We love Renaissance.
And then,
I understand.
then we said, oh, well, we need to go visit family in New England, and we left, and
Never came back.
never.
I love it. That may be one of the best answers I've ever gotten to that question.
We just kept traveling. We just go somewhere else. Oh, on the way home, let's stop and see blank, and then.
It's
And then somewhere else.
And then X
some
number of
friend
months
would,
later.
then some friend would go, hey, can you come? We go, oh, let's go to their house.
It's like what the goat said. We were sitting on the couch and we were like, we don't want to be here. We want to be out there. We want to be doing things. I do want to add one thing. We did go to those amazing flea markets. And just so amazing they are, I bought a Celtic harp.
In Quartzsite?
Yes. I found it in the flea
Did you
market.
find a camel to play it?
Camel play a Celtic harp?
Yeah, hey, work with me.
Sorry, I was a little too late for the camels.
See, that's what happens when you have cocktails and YouTube at the same
And
time.
there's nothing wrong with that either.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
And
It has
thank
been
you.
our pleasure to get to know you guys this
There you
week.
go. And thank you for all of this. It's been wonderful meeting everybody. And this has been an amazing experience. It's our first time in Quartzsite, too. And we'll definitely be back.
It's been a great time.
There you go.
No, I think for everybody.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it. Darren!
Hey, Mark.
Another one of our return regulars. Darren Dawes. And Darren, the name of your media outlet is?
Odyssey Camper. So.
And there's a reason for that name that I think we should probably get into right now.
Okay, well, I'm on my second drink, so you tell me.
You camp in a
Minivan. So.
There you go.
I'm in a Honda Odyssey, so I do minimalist camping in a minivan of my own design with a bed and 200 amp hours of battery, 1,000 watt inverter, 200 watts of solar. I think I hold the minivan record for that, but I'm also a fugitive from justice.
Yes. Darren's in the witness protection program. It's really not his real name.
That's right. This is a wig.
Yes.
But I know a little bit about Mark here. He claims the Beehive State, but we're fellow massholes.
We are.
So
we are. Darren gets the award for, I believe, and okay, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Did anybody come from any further away than Eastern Massachusetts?
somebody said Maine earlier, but I haven't met them yet.
Any Maine out there going once, going twice?
Right.
Okay, you got the award.
Nice.
Yeah, you just rolled in today, and we were so happy to see you.
Well, it's great to be back. It's a good group of people. I enjoy seeing the faces from last year. Unfortunately, I missed some of the people because they left, a little bit early.
We've had people coming and going, coming for 3-4 days, what have you. Darren, it's Odyssey Camper. Where do you publish content?
Sure. I'm on odysseycamper.com, Odyssey Camper on YouTube, and then mostly Insta, MeWe. I'm on Facebook, basically everywhere. Just look up Odyssey Camper. Now, don't ask me to spell it because, again, this is my second large 16-ounce drink. But if you search Honda Odyssey, then connect that with camper, you will find me.
Well, there are tens of thousands of people who camp in Honda Odysseys, so that might be a little tricky.
More than you think. It's surprising. It's really surprising. But yeah, my wife and I were looking at large RVs, and she doesn't really like to camp. So I started looking at smaller RVs, and they got smaller and smaller. And I was cooking on the grill one night, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, I could probably use my minivan. So advantage is I get 30 miles to the gallon. Try to top that.
Did you see my video where I got 2 miles per gallon in New Mexico? Okay, with the wind? Okay.
Where it's legal, I can go 80 miles an hour without looking like this.
Yeah. Wait, how did you imitate the white knuckles? I didn't see that. Okay.
So it's it's an interesting way to travel, but really what the channel and the website are about are people that, if you've ever wanted to do this and you ever wanted to travel around, you're afraid you can't afford it, check out my website. I'll show you a very inexpensive way to go about traveling in a minivan, and you can get into it for under $5,000, have everything you need, and it's all about the experience. It's not about what you travel in.
You are 150% correct on that. I don't think anybody cares what anybody's traveling in. As long as you are happy and you are getting out there and you're seeing this great country of ours, more
we're all
power
around
to
the
you.
campfire. We don't know what you're driving, unless you tell us.
Exactly.
Well,
Well,
thanks
Darren,
for what you
I
do,
am
Mark.
thrilled to have you back this year.
It's nice to be back.
good to have you. And we've got Jim and Sue, another set of repeat visitors here. These guys are my favorite West Virginians. They foolishly last year decided that they were going to come back to Salt Lake and ski with me for a few days after we left here. How'd that work out?
It was real good until I got tired.
So tell us about what you publish.
We just have Gypsy Mountaineers on Facebook, and I also have Instagram, but I'm kind of behind on Instagram.
Well, Gypsy Mountaineers, you guys have as both a page and a group. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you can find their page or their group as Gypsy Mountaineers on Facebook.
It's just mainly pictures and where we've been for the people and friends, and stay connected to everybody we meet on the road.
Few short videos. A shout out to grandson Tyler. He's up in college.
Yeah, you know Tyler. We're part-timers because we have 10 grandchildren that we like to be home with all summer. When they go to school, we take off.
But you've been traveling a lot.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you guys a funny story. We were driving through around Columbus, Ohio this summer. And go ahead and tell them what happened.
Me and Sue was on our way to Red Bay, and then we was going on down the Gulf Shores in Florida. And when I come around the Columbus bypass and was coming up on, I think 71 or 75 to head on down to Cincinnati, I threw the left blinker on, and I looked, and this fifth wheel was coming up. He was plate and moved over. I looked over, and there's this big yellow kayak sticking out over the front bumper. And I told Sue, I said, hey, that's Guido.
So my cell phone rings, and I see Jim's name on the caller ID, and I'm like, oh, haven't heard from Jim in a while. Answer the call. I said, where are you? He says, look in your rearview mirror.
And Mark said, are you that Class A I just let out? I said, sure am. So,
the RV community, we often say, do we not? We often say the RV community is such a small world.
Yes.
Well, that may be the smallest world story that we've had.
Yes.
No
Very
doubt
much.
about it. So we're going to check out Gypsy Mountaineers on Facebook and Instagram. Both in Facebook, it's both a group and a page.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much for
Mark.
joining us.
Thank you.
Watch your step. I don't want you
All
to
right.
trip over that way.
Yeah, and shout out to Melody and Lou.
Yeah, did you guys hear that, Melody and Louisaro? That was a shout out to you guys. Well, hey, we are having a blast, and as some of them told you, if you are not here right now, you are missing out. And that's here on that one. Yeah, if you guys, we're going to do this every year. Third week of January coming up will be Q23 of 2024. So we hope that you join us out here boondocking in the Quartzsite Desert of Arizona. There's so much spirit here, so much camaraderie. We are having an absolutely terrific time. So we really hope that you've enjoyed this rare live event from Grand Adventure. I'm still nervous. My start's still going like this. I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. Matter of fact, I still don't know how this has turned out. I haven't been able to watch the screen while I'm doing this. So this could be going out to absolutely nobody right now, and I have no idea. But if you like this, please give us a thumbs up down below. Understand, that is extremely important to us. Share the channel, if you would, with your friends, family, and on social media. If you're not yet a Grand Adventurer yourself, we bring you new episodes every single Wednesday evening. So go smash that little subscribe button right down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. And ring that notification bell to be sure that you never miss a Grand Adventure. Finally, we would be absolutely thrilled to hear from you in the comment section right down below this video. So, I'm going to cue you guys up. All right? You ready? Until next week, please remember, what are we remembering?
Life is a grand adventure.
Okay.